Let me ask you something. How many times have you said, I'll do it on Monday? I'll do it when things slow down. I just need to get myself together first. And then Monday comes, things have not slowed down. There's nothing ready, nothing done somehow. Now, if you're anything like the people in my world, you have more than one thing pulling for your attention. And that's not a bad thing. You've got more than one passion, you've got more than one direction you could go, but that actually makes things worse because it's not that you lack ambition, it's just that you have too much ambition. And it's all sitting there. It's brilliant, but no one can see it. It's invisible, it's unbuilt, so it doesn't count. Friends, that is the cost of indiscipline. And I'm saying this because I know firsthand what that is. And believe me when I say it's costing you a lot more than you know. And now, often when we talk about indiscipline, it's usually in a bad light, a big bad word. Um, but it's not that you're scattered. It's not a character flaw. It's not evidence that you can't be a multi-potentialist and make gains. It really is just a structural problem. Now, Carl Newport in his book Deep Work, he made an argument that the ability to focus deeply is becoming the most valuable skill in the modern economy. And I'll tell you why. It's not about the loudest person or who's most connected or the person with the most ideas. It really is about the person who could sit down and do the work deeply, consistently, without distraction. So for multi-potentialists, that is both the challenge and the superpower. Okay, so we have the range. The question is whether we have the architecture. And often we use our multiplicity as a crutch, so an explanation for why we're not consistent. Some of us may say, I'm working in my flow state. I work in cycles. I'm a creative. I can't be boxed in, I'll get to it when I feel inspired to do it. But trust me, I say this with love. I've said all those things, and like James Clear says in Atomic Habits, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. I'll say that again. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems because goals are cheap. They're everywhere. Everyone's making them, right? Start off the year, everyone's making New Year resolutions, vision boards, 3-year plans, 5-year plans. But systems, daily structure, non negotiable hour, that's where we fall short. And that's where most of us go quiet. Now, let's take an example of Maya Angelou, right? Fantastic woman, poet, author, actor, singer, dancer, civil rights activist, professor, the whole works. The classic multi-potentialist. But here's the part that gets skipped. Because it's nice to say all these many things and titles, but she actually used to rent a room. She arrived early in the morning, about 6:30, stayed there for about 6 hours, and then left. What was she doing in there? She was literally just writing every day for years on end. Now, this didn't mean she suppressed everything else, but she made sure she disciplined her writing and everything else then had something to stand on, right? So the discipline was the architecture for the breath that was her gift. So let me tell you what indiscipline is costing you. As somebody who has studied this quite closely, it's not just the missed deadline here or there. Maybe you get a fine here or there. That's not it. It's not about the unfinished product either. The real cost is the compounding. Now, every week you don't show up, someone with half of your range, half of your intelligence, half of your expertise is showing up instead, building the audience that you need, getting the opportunities that should be yours. And every month you delay, maybe your book, your business, your brand, your body of work, you're still being underpriced. You're still being underestimated. You're still being invisible. Um, and let's be honest, invisibility doesn't make any money. So now it's not because you don't know what you're doing. It's not because you don't have the expertise. It's because without discipline, you actually cannot transform what's inside of your head and your heart to a format that the world can receive. Again, Newport says this is the shallow work trap. Every time that you stay shallow, you're busy tricking, where you're switching from one passion to the other, you're not actually finishing anything. And that means you're not consistent and you're not able to put yourself out there in a format that, people can receive and appreciate and value. You're going to get paid for your value. This is something that I've had to work on for myself as well. And that's why even with this video, you see that it's more consistent. It's every Monday. And I've realized there's no point putting it off for so long. This is something I should have started ages ago, but we're starting now and we're compounding this. So I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to me. I'm definitely on this journey with you. So here's the reframe I want to offer you. Discipline is not your enemy. It starts off feeling like it. So when you start to put in this discipline, it feels like the enemy, but it's not against your multiplying, it's actually your multiplier. Okay? So when you have many passions, many ideas, that's the raw material, but discipline is the furnace that turns it into gold. Without it, you just have a collection of interests. But with it, you have a body of work. You have an authority. So think about it like this. It's like a river, right? It's just flowing. There's no banks, there's nothing for it to stop at. It's literally just a flood. It's just keeping on going. But when you have a dam, then you have electricity. That your discipline is like the dam that gives you electricity, that gives your idea the electricity that it needs. Practically, what does this look like? It doesn't mean doing everything every day. And it doesn't mean picking one thing and forgoing the other thing. I will tell you for free, I don't support that. It's about deciding clearly and specifically what you're building now. You trying to pick one thing, trust me, it's not going to work because that's not who you are. So picking one thing for now, not forever, just right now, showing up consistently for that thing. You can still make increments on the other things, but you need to decide, even when inspiration hasn't arrived, even when you don't feel ready, you need to decide this year, this is what I'm looking to make and focus in it. Because your feelings come and go. Yeah. You can't build your life on feelings, but discipline will make sure that your decision is always available for you. Now, if this landed, I would want to hear from you in the comments. Let me know one thing, not three or five, but one thing you need to be disciplined about right now. And if you're ready to build the architecture, if you're ready to turn your range into something that already actually compounds, I will have resources coming out. Keep your eyes peeled. Everything I builded will be shared in my next videos. So, till then, I'm Sharon Komalafe, and I'll see you in the next one.